So today we'll start with the final thing in the okay. So functions. Functions means what? Tell me guys, what is a function?
It is declared with a block of code.
So
Set
function
of statements.
set of statements which will be executed whenever we want. So this is like kind of reusable thing.
Multiple lines.
Yes, so reusable in the sense what? We can use whenever we require, right? We can declare it one time and we can use it whenever and we can modify that particular statements as well. Okay, we can we can't overwrite. Okay, we can't overwrite, but we can modify with the old thing. That's we can do it. Okay, fine. So I think we have the four categories. What are the four categories in this user defined function? What are the four categories we have? Tell me, guys.
Function without arg without return type.
Function
Without
without
argument
argument
and without return type.
and without
Return type.
return type. Okay, so this four category will be applicable for all the programming language, including scripting languages. Okay, scripting
Yes.
languages is like Java, JavaScript, PHP, Python. These are the scripting languages, and programming languages in the sense like C, C++, Java, this kind of things. Okay, this is
Okay.
common to everything. Okay, not only this PHP, not only for JavaScript, it's common for everything. Okay, all the function definition declaration will be come under only these four categories. Clear? Function
With
with
argument and without
argument
return type.
Without return time.
without return type. Okay, I will give you the example for each cases today so that you can. I think already you know, but
Function
in
without
PHP will give you.
argument with the return time.
So this category is only for user-defined functions. Okay, what is like built-in function? Built-in function means the functions we have two types, right? Built-in and user-defined function. Yes, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so built-in functions in the sense what? Already it's a predefined one which we are using for our
Requirement.
pieces. Okay, like for example, your echo, print, this kind of things. It is already there, predefined things. Okay, so
Yes.
fine. Now, first example. Okay, function without argument, without return type. What is argument? What is argument? Argument means what? Yes, how many times I need to explain about that argument? Argument. What that means?
Value.
Inputs, right? The parameters which we are passing for function. That is called arguments, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to understand that. Okay, so now let me comment everything. This is what PHP comment. Okay, double slash function sample uh, PHP programming simply. You can use print also. I'm just using echo to feel that it is a PHP programming. Okay, so now just a simple function without passing any argument inside the function and without returning anything from the function. Am I right? That is the first category. Sir, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now how we can execute this?
We call the value.
Which value? We will calling the function
Yes, sir.
by its name.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be calling the function by using its name. Okay, always remember this. Okay, this is very basic. Starting from variables to till function, it's common for all programming languages, scripting languages. Only syntaxes will be different some cases, but logically the execution is similar. Clear? Fine. So now if I execute this automatically,
PHP programming
it should display PHP programming.
program.
Okay, right? You can see.
Yes.
Okay, this is first example for function without argument, without return type. Okay, now with argument in the sense I need to pass arguments to the particular function, right? So as we know, here we need to use compulsorily the thing called dollar. Okay, so here we need to use the dollar. So let me comment this. Let me use here a comma b. Okay, two arguments I'm using here. What I'm going to perform anything like basic case, any operations. Okay, for example, dollar c equal to dollar a
Plus B. Dollar B.
power b. I'm just using this here, dollar c. Why echo is giving error in the sense I'm not using semicolon here. That's why echo is giving error. And then here why the function is having the warning symbol in the sense we are missing the arguments. We have not passed arguments, right? So we need to pass the arguments here. That means value for the arguments.
Value.
Okay. So I'm just passing 23 comma 4. So now no warnings, no errors, right? Right. So that's what the advantage of Visual Studio Code, as we already know. So it will automatically tell you the errors, warnings, and everything wherever you are having in your code. Okay. So now what will be the output? 23 to the power of 4, right? Some kind of things like it will be giving you. So this is what. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is basic case, very basic case, like I'm just using operators. Okay, so now what are the third category?
Function without argument.
Function without argument with return type.
Without argument with return type. Okay, that we need to understand the case. Okay, so without argument, with return type in the sense like I'm not going to pass any arguments. Instead, I'm going to create a variable with the value uh, 5. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to return it. Okay, I need to return that particular thing. So for returning that, what we will use? Return keyword. Am I right? We'll be using return keyword, and finally we'll be using echo here.
Echo sample.
Okay, echo sample like in JavaScript, Python, Java, TC, like we'll be creating a variable separately, and then we'll be using print or something. Here also same kind of print thing only, but without brackets. That's the only difference. We won't close the brackets. Okay, echo or print in PHP, it won't accept the brackets. Clear? That we need to understand. right? So now what will be the output? 12 to the power of 5, or as like I'm just giving multiple, 12 into 5, right? So what will be the output? 16, right? So it should give you output as 16. Simple, right? Fine. So same case with argument with return type. That is a final thing, right?
Yes.
So 16 comma 3. Okay, 16 comma 3. Okay, so this I'm just giving it as output. So this last category with argument with return type. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, any doubt till now? No doubts, right?
No,
Okay.
sir.
So as I mentioned, for the web development class, okay, web development things, okay, I won't be covering that object-oriented programming. Okay, I thought of covering it, but it's waste of time. Okay, so you can learn yourself as you know these concepts easily. That is object-oriented programming is very easy thing only, nothing much. Coming to our backend thing, which is like your for web development, application development. So we need to install the WAMP server compulsorily. Okay, so the reason like WAMP or XAMPP, anything is fine, but WAMP is easy compared to XAMPP. Okay, uh, first step we need to connect the MySQL database. We need to connect the MySQL database. Okay, so till now, any doubt in these cases? So whatever the things I have given for JavaScript function, what are the tasks I have given for JavaScript function? I think for all the teams I have shared. Okay, so the same question, do it with PHP. Same thing. I think I have given 5 questions, right? 5 or 6
Yeah.
questions. I remember for functions, right? So same thing done with PHP. That is simple thing. You already done with JavaScript, so do it with PHP. Okay, like operators, conditional statement, looping statement, switch cases, and then these functions, everything. Whatever the task assigned for JavaScript, do it for PHP as well. Update me by today itself. Okay, yesterday no one done. Only few people are done. Only 1 or 2 problems. So everything you should complete by today. Clear? Give me a minute. Let me share that particular thing. Otherwise, I will directly share. No issues. Okay, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here you can see my WAMP server is running. Okay, so if we click on left click, not right click, left click. Okay, you'll be having the local host and then PHP myadmin. These cases, and then these services will be running. MySQL and then Apache. These services will be running. Okay, so for creating of the MySQL database, you need to log into this PHP myadmin case. We need to click on this PHP myadmin. So it will open the URL. So I'm running into different things which I need to remove it. Okay, so here there is a one thing. Okay, username and password and server choice. Okay, so whenever you have installed WAMP server, that time only the MySQL also will be installed. Okay, so I am using MySQL separately, so I'm not going to log in with this case because there is some other config database is also available. So instead, I'm going to use the default DB like MariaDB in the PHP mail. This also same MySQL kind of one thing only. MySQL queries only we are going to use, nothing much, but it's a default DB, MariaDB. It's not a separate DB, default DB present in the PHP myadmin. Okay, so I'm going to use this and then I'm going to create a database tables with MySQL query only. Clear? So just you can log in with MySQL. It's not an issue. While installing, like you can go with MySQL. You can do with that case. It's no issues for that. But for my system, I have a conflict databases in MySQL, so I can't log into that to show that cases. That's why I'm using MariaDB. Clear? So WAM service successfully installed. Do these cases. Okay. Log into the particular MySQL. Okay. You'll be seeing this kind of page, kind of dashboard kind of page. Okay. Here all the settings related things, configuration related things, DBs, everything will be available. Okay. Then you can see server MariaDB, it is running on 3307. Okay. If you log in through MySQL, it will show MySQL 3306 default port. MySQL default port will show you 3306. Okay. So this is the first step you need to do. Understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So now next step. Okay, I think I've already have created some of the sample piece. Okay. So here we can use SQL query also to create a DB. Okay, or else we can manually create here itself by clicking these options. Okay, so now to our understanding, okay, so try to understand. SQL also will be covered with PHP. SQL queries also will be covered with PHP. So first I will be explaining the SQL queries for creating database, tables, okay, and then update, delete, inserting the values, and then joinings, where class, like operators, different operators, group by, order by, okay, ascending, descending, so everything will explain short by values. Okay, so this will take maximum like 2 to 3 classes SQL things. Okay, SQL is very easy. 2 to 3 classes will complete, then we'll continue with the PHP backend. Okay, so first thing, I need to create a database. Okay, to create a database, we have a query called create database followed by database name you need to give it. Okay, so I'm just giving sample PHP. Okay, I'm just giving sample PHP as a database name. Okay, so now what you can do, if you have written the query in this particular case, I'm just zooming it. Okay, if you have written the query in this particular case, in the sense, you will be having the option called glow. Are you able to see this? Okay, click on this go. Automatically, the DB will be created. Okay, the particular DB will be created. It is created like this. I think. Yeah, you can see. Yes, so that particular database is created. Yes, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now here we need to create a tables. Okay, first we need to understand what is database. What is database?
Storing
Any idea?
data.
Database is a place where we can store the entire application data and we can manage the data. Am I right? So we have the basic database languages starting from SQL, and then MySQL, PostgreSQL, NoSQL. Then we have the MongoDB, which is like different query. Okay, we have different kind of database languages. Okay, but mostly used cases always SQL, MySQL, and currently PostgreSQL also we are using. Right? So now currently for our thing we are learning MySQL things. Right? So fine. In this we should create a initial database which is holding the tables of the application. Tables in the sense like which we are going to store the different kind of data in each tables. Okay, that is the main thing. That is which will be having the main category. Okay, so within the database we can create n number of tables. there is no restriction. We can create n number of tables. Okay, so within that we can write the store procedures also. Okay, store procedure in the sense like how the tables are integrated. Okay, integrated in the sense combined. Okay, because for example, okay, uh, you are posting the story in Instagram. Am I right? Okay, for example, you are posting a story in Instagram. Okay, your user detail will be stored in one database table. Okay, your user details will be stored in one database table. Okay, and then your stories will be stored in one database table. Am I right?
Yes.
It won't store in the same table, right? It will be stored in different
Different.
tables. Okay, then how it is showing in your in your particular profile correctly, and then how it is visible to your friends, your connections in your Instagram. So that is based on the relationship. Okay, the key relationship between the tables. Okay, so that relationship we can able to create, and then we can able to use with primary key and foreign key things. Okay, and then whatever the connections we made with respect to keys, that connection store procedure, okay, how the data is storing to this particular table, that procedure we can separately write it in the query level in the database itself, right? That also we can do. And then we can take a backup also. We can take a backup also, data backup also. Okay, original DB, we can delete all the data, and then we can create a separate warehouse kind of DB. Warehouse in the sense where we can store the bulk amount of data for long period of time. That is called warehouse. Generally, you know, right? So warehouse DB we can create separately, and then we can store the old data like 10 years old data, 15 years old data in that warehouse DB. Understood? So why I'm explaining this in this sense, like in our clients, in our company, we are following all these procedures for simple database itself. Why simple database in the sense like data is very important while using the application. We should not lose the data. We should not conflict with the data. Okay, we should manage the data properly. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, so database creation, the structure, the connection, the relationship, everything is very important. Clear? Fine, right? So as of now, just do with the task. Tomorrow I will try to connect, or else Monday or Tuesday will connect, and then we'll complete the entire SQL queries which is required for this kind of development process. Okay, and then we'll go for the PHP cases. Fine. So
Okay.
make sure you have installed the WAMP server, and then you have logged into MySQL, and then update me you are successfully logged in or not by today itself maximum. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
And then as I mentioned, share all the session link, and then mention in that particular session what are the topics covered, what are the tasks assigned to you, what you have done in that task. Everyone, each one of you. Clear? You need to mention it and in the group. Clear?
Sir.
Okay, very important. Please mention.